Hey there, lovely people. Welcome back to another Writing Tip Tuesday. I'm Sammy, and I'm a writer who likes to help other writers become better writers. This week, I want to talk to you about the importance of asking why while you are writing. And I want to do that because asking why can help keep your story focused. Asking why before every single scene allows you to keep your story motivated and keep everything directed towards the same goals. And it helps you work more upfront to have to do less in your edits. So when are the times that you should ask why? Anytime that your main character is making a decision or going to take an action or doing anything, pretty much, you should ask why they are doing it. Why would your main character do that? Does it connect with their internal conflict? How does it impact their surroundings? How does it connect with their history? Does it help them get towards their goal? Does this choice make them move away from their goal? Why do they think that this choice is the best choice? Ask a lot of questions before you write the scene, and your scene will remain motivated. You should also ask why when you are writing something external or something the antagonist does. Anytime something is working against the protagonist, ask why. Why would this have happened to my protagonist? Is this situation motivated by internal conflict, or is it just cool? How does this directly relate to a decision that my protagonist has made? How can my protagonist learn from overcoming this challenge? What will my protagonist learn from overcoming this challenge? Will this conflict push my protagonist in a way that is helpful to them? Will this push them in a way that will move them farther away from their goal? Why are they moving farther away from their goal, or why are they getting more towards it? How does that influence my protagonist's next move? In my video about choosing a main character, which you can find linked up here, there's a lot of questions that you can ask while you were writing your story. And there's a lot of questions that people don't ask until they have written the first draft and they are editing that first draft to get to their second or third or fourth or whatever draft. Those questions are the same ones that you can ask while you are writing before you get to the scene. And by narrowing down your focus to one main character and their internal conflict, it's a lot easier to ask why that character is making the decisions. How does that character making these decisions lead to the story continuing? How does this decision create an external conflict that will then come back to haunt our main character and push them forward to receiving what their need is as they are on the journey to find their want? Getting all of those things narrowed down and hyper-focused while you are writing, even if they end up being maybe not quite as detailed as you would like in your next draft, or they end up being something that could get cut but feel like it helps a little bit. If enough thought is going into it on the first draft, your second draft, third draft, whatever, will be a lot easier to maneuver because the motivation is behind it. If you don't have motivation behind the things that are happening, you end up with a lot of situations that are just external, that are like, oh, well, we're gonna go climb this tree because the tree looks really climbable and it looks like it would be something that would be a good challenge to put my character through and all of that. And then you end up reading it again when you are ready to edit, and that tree scene is just totally cut because it serves no purpose. Asking why before writing the scene allows every scene that you write to serve a purpose. And the scenes that you end up cutting out don't serve a big enough purpose, or could have their purpose served more effectively if you did this instead. But you don't have to cut out massive sections of your story because they aren't effective. All of your scenes will be at least a little bit effective. You can develop that to become more of exactly what your story needs on your revision. The more clearly motivated everything is, the easier it will be to keep the story going, for one, to not have to hit a wall when a few chapters ago you wrote a scene that doesn't really help and it's holding you back now because it's not really fitting together with where the story needs to go. And you don't have to hit that wall where it's like, I don't know how to keep going and I don't know why I don't know how to keep going. If you are asking why before you write every scene, you will know how to keep going, because you will know where your story is going and why it's going in that direction. Understanding why everything is happening leads to you having a detailed comprehension of the internal conflict of your story. It leads to your character actually expressing their frustrations with dealing with finding their internal conflict. It helps to create a more simplified story where you don't have any convoluted situations, because everything that is convoluted for a reason. And having that allows you to put in more foreshadowing, and asking why helps you keep hold of your theme of your story, of the lesson that your story is going to have, of the growth that your character is going to go through. Asking why allows you to hold onto that the entire time, hold on to the heart of the story while the bones are built around it. I know this isn't like a super complicated thing to think about, but it's something that I don't think every writer out there considers as they're writing. I think it's something that a lot of people will think about when they're editing. So I want to challenge you to, on your first draft, before writing the next scene, think about why your character is going to take the action that they're going to take, why the external conflict is going to impact your character's internal conflict. Why does that matter? How is that going to push them forward? And ask yourself these questions and see if that scene feels easier to write. Because I have a feeling that it probably will, and it'll definitely be easier to edit 100% of the time if you are asking the right questions. But that is all that I have for you today. I know it's a quick one. It's a really simple topic, but I want to challenge you to it. If you enjoyed this video, if you're going to take me up on that challenge, hit that like button. If you don't want to miss any of my uploads, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell next to it. I'm here every Tuesday and Saturday. I hope. I haven't finished a book yet. So hopefully I will be here on Saturday and you won't miss any of those uploads by hitting that subscribe button and the notification bell. But I will absolutely see you guys on Tuesday, and I may see you guys on Saturday.